Welcome back, everyone. If you're viewing me for the very first time, I'm the true child at heart, and I want to thank you for joining me here in my art room. Today, I have the latest release of the My Little Pony Funko line, the long-awaited for Trixie Lulamoon and Princess Twilight Sparkle. I adore these vinyl figures. They are my absolute favorite. I have every single one, including a couple of translucents here and there. You guys know by now that I'm a big fan of show-accurate ponies, and these, by far, are the best show-accurate ones out there. Funko has such an amazing talent in capturing the character in such a small vinyl figure. As I stated in my Dr. Hoops translucent review, I believed that Applejack and Big Macintosh would be the next release from Funko. Well, it turns out I was wrong, and instead they released these two. You'll notice right away, Trixie's box is actually a little bit taller than Twilight's. There's kind of a small gap right there. And the reason why that is because they had to fit Trixie's hat inside. It's so huge on her. But we'll take a closer look at that in a minute. Now you'll see on both boxes, it says Hot Topic exclusive pre-release. As you all know, My Little Pony Funko's have always been a Hot Topic exclusive except for Spitfire or Bonbon. And I guess now Hot Topic is really like stressing on the fact that these are exclusives from their store. But I don't understand why it says pre-release. Maybe these were made for pre-orders, but every single box had them. And I'm not exactly sure what they mean by pre-release. I don't know, maybe you guys might know. I'm kind of unaware as to why it says that, but moving on. I had to take 2 trips to Hot Topic in order to get both of these. All this week they're having a sale where you buy one, you get one 50% off. The first time I went, I found Trixie. They even had to go in the back and look for her when I went there. For the time being, they didn't have any Twilight. I'm not sure why, but there wasn't really anything that I wanted when I was in there. I didn't really find anything. So while I was at the counter, I saw this My Little Pony sticker. I love stickers, and I thought that this would be great to put on my MacBook case. It was originally $2.99, and so pretty much I got it for $1.50. Not too bad. I could have got something else, but nothing was really like grabbing my attention. I wish they had Twilight at the time. So I got Trixie, and I was happy with that. And then I just happened to go again the next day just to see if they by chance had put Twilight out yet. Well, I went, and they did, and luckily enough, when I found her, I found someone else who I thought was really cool. And again, they had the 50% off sale, so I got a translucent DJ Pone 3 for $8.50. I was so surprised to find her. She's gonna be in my next review. I can't wait to take a closer look at her. So, I scored 3 Funko figures within 2 days. I was so surprised. We'll save her for the next video. On to today's review. We'll start with Twilight. Here we have Princess Twilight Sparkle. Now you see right away, they made the alicorn version of Twilight. I don't know why they didn't make the unicorn version. I think it would have been nice if we had an option, but I guess we should take it as it is. I'm very glad that they made Twilight. I was expecting her later on in the year. I didn't expect her to be the first release of 2014. I was very surprised with that. Twilight is the 4th release of the main 6. If you are unaware, the first 3 were Rainbow Dash, Pinkie Pie, and Fluttershy. Let's talk more about her box. Well, it looks like they're sticking with the same design as they do for every other Funko. They have the pony on the bottom of the corner, either on the right or the left of the box. Here you have the side, back. There's something about this one that's more striking than others that I've noticed. I guess it's because the boldness of the pink next to the dark purple. There you have the side. You see her wing. And the top, Princess Twilight Sparkle. I'm sure they would have put Princess Alicorn Twilight Sparkle. It's just they wouldn't have had any more room. Like the letters would have been very small, so. And the bottom. I paid $16.50 for her, the full price. And I think it's time we get her out. Now I tried looking in the store. As far as I could tell, they all look pretty decent. I think that Funko has really stepped up their game in doing paint jobs. There are a few paint marks here and there, but here she is out of the box, and she is a beautiful figure. Twilight is like every other Funko. She is the same size as all of the other Pegasus, but you'll notice that her wings are different because she's an alicorn. And as true to the show, they seem to expand much wider than the regular Pegasus wings. I also like how big her tail is, how it extends out. It's huge. Now her eyes are nicely done. They seem tremendously huge compared to other Funko's to me. But of course Twilight does have pretty big eyes, but they are ginormous. They even look bigger than Fluttershy's. You'll notice that her hair kind of comes out more. It's almost like a gap right there. And there's her horn. I actually wish that they covered that up. You know, I don't really see the point in having the huge gap right there. It seems like it's a flaw, even though it's not. I don't know, I think that they could have done better with that. Ever since DJ Pwn 3 and the Octavia release, we are now getting our ponies with the cutie marks on both sides. Although for Twilight, her wings are kind of in the way. There you go. But like every Funko, let's see her mistakes. You'll see that right away, which I wish I spotted in store. I don't know how I didn't see it. I guess because it's always usually dark when you go in Hot Topic. Well, not as much as it used to be, but there's a little brown mark right here. I didn't see it before. That's something that you can get like a little small Q-tip and acetone and that should come right off. It looks like. On the back of her head, I noticed that others had paint marks and this was the least of the scuffed up ones. Overall, she looks like a good figure. You'll notice with the Funko's that when they used to put the stamp on, they have it to where it coordinates with their colors of the pony. For some reason here on Twilight, her color is black. At first, I thought it was maybe like a dark purple, but if you look, it's more of a black color. We'll have a look at Trixie and see if hers is blue or black or purple as well. I guess maybe they save on ink that way. Maybe it saves them money, so that way when they do prints, they don't have to keep changing it up. I think what would have been a really cool feature if you can actually take the wings off and make her a unicorn, and then you can just simply like snap them back on. It sounds kind of silly, but I would have loved to have seen that in a Funko figure, which I'm sure the price would have been upped a little more, but I think that would have been a pretty cool feature to see for the Funko figures. But I'm really happy with my purchase on this one. Let's move on to the next Funko. Here we have the great and powerful Trixie. On the box, we find out that her name is Trixie Lulamoon. If you're wondering who Trixie is and you need a little friendly reminder, she first appears in episode 6 of season 1, and she just so happens to show up again in season 3 on episode 5. I find it amusing and yet very appropriate that they released Trixie and Twilight together because they first started out as rivals, but you see at the end of the episode of Magic Duel that Trixie, she has an epiphany and she apologizes to Twilight. She realizes what she's been doing is wrong, and we see that there is a good side to Trixie. I'm really hoping that we see her in future episodes and that she can really take a big part, can maybe become a great adversary to Twilight and the rest of the main 6. Maybe fighting some bad guys I think would be great. Even though she starred in only 2 episodes, she is a big fan favorite, and I'm so glad that they've already released a Funko figure of her as well. You'll see her box is the same, and it's even pointing in the same direction as Twilight. There you go, you see her face a little bit, the back, the side, and there you can see her cape and hat. And here is the top. Her expression is hilarious. She's got that arrogant look to her. And you see here, again, I paid the full price for this one, $16.50. Let's get her out. She looks great. Here she is, the great and powerful Trixie. You can't even see her face when you hold it up like this. Let's turn her around. Wow. I didn't really check her in store. They only had 2. The other guy was holding it for someone else, and so I think what I got was pretty good. I mean, as far as I can tell, there's no mistakes. The paint job seems great, and I'm very happy that he handed me this one. I searched everywhere for her, and he only had 2 left, so I was super happy that I was able to pick her up. Like I said, she's the fan favorite, so. Let's try to compare her to Twilight. Yeah, she's much bigger than Twilight, but just because of the hat. Now for her details, let's start with the hat. I love the detail, how they made it look like the fabric is like bunched up It's amazing that they put that in the mold. It's really impressive what they do with these sculpts. Here you see that her strand of hair, it's only on one side. I kind of wish they had more strands of hair so it didn't look like so little. Here you see the jewel that is holding her cape together and how the collar folds over. And you'll notice that the stars on her hat and cape are on there flawlessly. I see no imperfections. They did a real great job. One thing that I think would have been really cool, and it kind of goes back to the Twilight figure, if you could actually take the hat and cape off, that way you can have an option whether or not you would want to have just a regular Trixie Funko, or you can have her dressed up as the great and powerful Trixie. And my idea for that would be, is that the cape and the hat would kind of be like the rubbery plastic clothes that you would find in like Polly Pocket toys and any of the other toys that have that. But I think it would have been such a cool feature where like you can like unhook like the jewel and like it can like come off, and that way you can see Trixie in her normal form. But I'm really happy that they came out with this, and it shows that they're really trying to get what the fans want. Like the gap in Twilight's hair, they also have a gap here. Now, of course, they didn't add her tail because that would kind of be a waste. It would have been cool to see the tail come down. I would have liked to have seen if they added that. Now, the reason why I would like to remove the cape and her hat is that I would love to see her horn, and I would love to see her cutie mark. I mean, you see it in the show, and I think it would be great to see it on her. But alas, I do not want to make too many complaints, but that's just kind of what I wish that they would do with this one. Now, here we actually see that they did change the ink to black, just like they did on Twilight. I don't really like that they did that. I love how they coordinated the colors with the pony. That kind of disappoints me. So I guess that's what they're gonna do from now on. So that's one difference that they made on the Funko figures. They seem to be changing them up every time that they come out with a new release. In a way, Trixie is the first bad guy released from Funko, even though technically she's not anymore. But if you're looking to play with the Funko figures, you can have Trixie and Twilight go head to head, and you can have the whole gang with her. You know, it's just really great to see other characters besides just all the good guys so far. And I really can't wait till they make Discord and they make Queen Chrysalis and Nightmare Moon. I really can't wait till they come out with more bad guys, so that way if you want to display them on the shelf, you can kind of have them like facing like head to head. I think that'll be great. I think I might do that for my display, but we're gonna have to wait quite a while for those to come out. In the meantime, I'm going to be admiring my Trixie and Twilight as they sit up on the shelf with the rest of my pony army. Well, that wraps up this video. These are a lot of fun to look for. They're so hard to find in the first few weeks of their release because either Hot Topic does not have them shipped in yet, it depends on which Hot Topic you go to, or because everyone's looking for them, they sell out real fast. So I feel very fortunate that I found them as early as I did. I love collecting these Funkos. I'm definitely gonna be looking out for more. If you guys like this review or any of my other reviews, be sure to subscribe to my channel. That way you can stay in tune with me, and I'll see you all in future videos. Goodbye, all you lovely people.